Among the horses on his parents' farm in eastern Iceland, investigative journalist Helgi Seljan feels calmer. Out here, far away from the capital Reykjavik, he can distance himself from the harassment he's been subjected to in recent months.
And coming here is, it's good. If I didn't have like the support of the people closest to me, I think that that would have quit a long time ago.
It all started in the fall of 2018. The reporter from the Icelandic state broadcaster was looking into the country's fishing industry. Not into smaller fishing boats like these in the harbour of his hometown, Reyðarfjörður, but into Iceland's big industrial trawlers, over in the fishing grounds off the coast of Namibia in southern Africa. Helgi Seljan had come across a fellow Icelander there.
This guy was a potential whistleblower about a case involving an Icelandic company, Samherji, and its operations in Namibia, that Samherji had in a span of a few years gained huge access to government quotas in Namibia, and the way of doing it was through bribery to public officials and politicians.
At least this was what he suspected. Samherji is a multinational corporation worth several €100 million. It's one of Iceland's biggest enterprises and was long thought to be above reproach. Helgi Seljan went to Namibia to investigate the matter. He found that at the time, 3 fish processing vessels were operating for Samherji off Namibia. His research unleashed a scandal in both countries. Here, Helgi Seljan is confronting Namibia's fisheries minister with the allegations. The minister has since been remanded to custody on presumption of taking bribes. The reporter knew this story would lead to repercussions in his native Iceland too.
These guys will basically come at us with all the king's horses in retaliation.
And indeed they did. To begin, Samherji put out statements and videos representing the whistleblower, an ex-employee, as a liar and a cheat. Then they turned their sights on the journalist, describing his reporting as fake news and a vendetta. Although until today the company hasn't asked the Icelandic broadcaster to issue a counter-statement. Critics speculate that Samherji consciously opted for a social media campaign against Helgi Seljan. This can have especially devastating impacts in a society as close-knit as Iceland's.
The smaller the society is, the more vicious it becomes, especially because you will run into people at the supermarket, at the swimming pool. They may be even closely knit to your family or extended family.
We made several attempts by telephone and in writing to obtain an interview or statement from Samherji. We have received no answer so far.
I had called 2 days ago and sent a mail to...
Meanwhile, over in Iceland, people are troubled by the alleged bribery in Africa and by the smear campaign against Helgi Seljan.
They actually try to really abuse their power. You of course have this...
That's really a new thing. I've never seen they so
blatantly.
Like they've been posting all these videos on social media and calling these the real news.
In a country like Iceland, using such videos to target individual journalists breaks a major taboo, says the Union of Icelandic Journalists. Also, because such campaigns can prompt hostility towards media.
We have had journalists describe being under threat and going to the police and not receiving, no protection or anything. It's just like no one's taking it seriously because you're in Iceland and you're not in danger.
Helgi Seljan has received much support. Also from fellow Namibian journalists who are standing up for him and for freedom of the press in Iceland. But while the first trials are already underway in Namibia, in Iceland, the case is still in the litigation stage.
In a broader sense, it has nothing to do with me or Samherji. It has to do about how we would like to see this society, evolve.
Helgi Seljan says corruption should have no place in Iceland. After a brief rest in the eastern fjords, he'll go back to work to make sure it doesn't.